Yes,
All right, y'all.
sir.
We in Midwest point of view mode today. We talking real stories that hit close to home. Police encounters, abuse of power, and a father's strength. We gonna laugh where we can, but we keeping it 100 on all accountability and healing. The ground rules for today are no victim blaming, no glorifying violence, no wishing harm on anybody, just facts, questions, and growth. And today I am your host, Papa Fredo, here with the one and only.
Here, as always, I'm your host Marcel, Big G, and bro, you already know, man. It's Midwest point of view where we talk about dope people, dope places, and dope reasons. For sure, we always give it our point of view, but we definitely gonna be talking about something that is serious for us. You know what I'm saying? And I'm trying my best to keep towards the ground rules. But you already know I'm gonna keep it 100. And yeah, man, let's get to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is where stories take center stage. So I'm gonna ask you a question, bro. Before we get into the gist of everything, what's one police encounter from your life that still sits with you? Good, bad, or awkward?
Oh, oh man, the one that stick with me. Okay, okay. Uh, the one that stick with me. I was working with a security company, out here on the south side of Chicago, and I'm trying to make this a short story, short answer. This is on the south side of Chicago. I called my homie come pick me up from work. I was going to go back to the hood and just kick it. To have my still in my uniform, like I didn't even get to the crib and change. He picked me up straight from work. Um, Hopped to the car because we all stayed in the hood, so we driving back to the hood, and I don't know what made him turn down this alley, and so we turned down this alley in the neighborhood, and they pull us over, and I'm like, damn. Now I'm not too even though I know it's the dicks, what we call the dicks, which is
The D.
detectives, right? The D boys, or we short dicks for detectives. And so when they pull us over, when they pull us over, they pull everybody out the car. They had their guns drawn and everything. Freeze the whole nine. Don't move. Woo woo. And and I telling my homie this in the driver's seat because the officer was like, "Bro, don't move. I'll kill you." That's exactly what he said. He like, "Don't move. I will kill you." And the crazy thing was, this wasn't my first encounter with this officer, but that's a whole another long story. I had another encounter to where I know that he do this all the time. He don't remember my face because I look like every other black man in the neighborhood at the time, but I remember his face vividly. And I'm like, hey, bro, like he not playing, bro. Like he'll blow you down. Like he done already told me this before. You know, I'm telling him, I'm like, no, bro, he'll blow you down. He not playing. And they pull us out the car. One of the other dicks swing on my homie E. Like it was a whole episode. And then when they pulled me out in my full, this is the meat and potatoes of the story. So when they pulled me out of the car in my full uniform, security uniform, um, they like, yeah, what a gun at? I'm like, bro, guns? Like, we ain't got no guns. Like, what you talking about? Like, what was that? Ooh, I'm like, bro, I'm fully dressed. It says the logo of the security company and everything. I think I had my school bag, and I'm like, bro, I ain't got no gun. Like, even if I was an armed security guard, like that would be my service. But like, nah, bro, I ain't got no gun. When I tell you, bro, they 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 handcuffed us all, but they handcuffed me to the hood of the car. So to the hood of their squad car. So it's about 5, 6 of us. We all spread it, and my arms is out like this on the hood of the car. And I'm talking about like, I'm in a vulnerable position, bro. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Um,
I know
the,
that man is
yeah,
traumatized. Man,
yeah, like the job description, nothing about like again They didn't care that I was in a full uniform that says that I do a job that involves security, that involves some form of law enforcement. They didn't care about none of that.
Stereotype.
I was.
So to be transparent and to be fair, I'm gonna give a short story as well, and I'm gonna try to be as even shorter, of course,
And I
just
was a
so.
nigga regardless, just so y'all know. But go ahead.
No, just to make our way through, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, no, I got you. But I just wanted to end that off by, just yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna go over the most recent arrest that I experienced, and we were together actually, right? So
Oh, okay. We going there.
to
Okay.
enlighten everyone, right? We're at an
Right.
event, we're sponsoring kids, and we're doing a good deed. So from
Mm-hmm.
doing so, we're coming back from an event, and even though the police officer stopped us and felt that it was a just stop, right? Not
That's what they
even
felt.
not even for 1 second did he register the things that I'm saying. I do have a FOIA card, things of this sort, blase, blase, blah. It was the fact that my
You
shirt
still
was
had your
open
lanyard on from the event.
and I still have my lanyard on. It was the fact that I had my
Mhm.
shirt open and I had a gold chain on. All he kept saying was, "Where are you coming from? Shooting a music video? What are you, a rapper?" Like, bro, I'm telling you, I just came from sponsoring kids at a wealth summit. I'm just looking to do a good deed for the day. But he didn't see anything like that. All he saw was a black man that had a gun. And it's just so crazy, bro, how they are so quick to put us in handcuffs and throw us in a hole. So I felt the
Yeah,
stereo.
yeah, man. Yeah, man. I've had some bittersweets. Like I've got not like I've had more bitter moments than sweet moments, but I I I can't say that I've met quote unquote good cops. I can't sit here and say like that's never happened to me though.
Oh yes, I mean I have met good cops as well. I'm not gonna sit here and say all cops are bad.
But no, we
Definitely
definitely addressing the problem though. I
cops,
will say that we are, you know what I'm
really,
saying, and acknowledging the problem.
police enforcement. I believe enforcement. I believe that they abuse their power. You know what I mean? Like you just do too much, bro.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion there,
Mhm.
straight up. But
But yeah, man. You starting out the show kind of serious. I wasn't expecting to go down memory lane with him, y'all. I'm like, what? I like, okay. I yes, always it's a few things that we talk about. And it's a lot of times where it's things that they just have to be said, they just have to be addressed. And unfortunately in society this happens, even in the Midwest and around the world. And one of these unfortunate cases happened in Fulton County with a young man named Leonard Johnson. And as he has to go through this experience, like the experiences that we had told y'all before, but we can't just say it enough for ourselves. We're gonna let him tell you what happened in this situation. Let's get to it.
I know. It was just like a normal day at school. I was just trying to get home, get on the bus, and as soon as I get on the bus driver told me that I was supposed to be on the bus, and today she gonna make sure I'm gonna get off the bus, so don't even sit down. So once I sit down, she pulled up to the administrators. And the administrators get on the bus, and they automatically thought I was on the wrong bus. They just when she told them my name, they got on the bus and just told me to get off the bus. At first, I refused, and then when I was refusing, they said if I don't get off the bus, all the students have to get off the bus. So once all the students got up off the bus, I got off the bus with the students. And then as soon as we all get off the bus, they didn't check nobody names. They just told everybody to get back on the bus. As I get back on the bus, they told me to get off. And that's when they called the officers. When I sit down, the officers had came on the bus. They asked who was the student they was talking about. And the bus driver had pointed me out. They came back. They told me to They asked me to get off the bus. I had refused and told them that I was trying to tell them this is my bus, but the students was telling them that this is my correct bus. All the students on the bus was telling them this was my correct bus. Then out of nowhere, one of the officers had said, "If you don't get up and get off the bus, or we're going to tase you." I said, I still refused to get off the bus. And that's when they tried to pull me and grab me. And when I got back up, he had, he, when I had got back up, he had choked me, tried to choke me. Then he tased me. And, I, and when he tased me, I had got up. I was still, I don't know, my adrenaline was just rushing. And I just know that he tried to tase me again when I got, while I was getting off the bus. And I jumped off the bus. And when I was off the bus, they put me in some handcuffs. And the officer who tased me had started slapping me while my hands was in the handcuffs. He was slapping me, then he tried to tase me again while my hands was in the handcuffs. That's when the administrators came back outside and tried to break it up. But he was already in the midst of slapping me. And when they broke it up, he was still running towards me. He was still trying to attack me while my hands was in handcuffs. He was trying to push against the administrators who was holding him back every time he seen me. When I was in a room with the other officers after this situation, when he seen me, he tried to attack me again. They had to pull him back and pull him away to cool down. Um, I know it was just like a normal day.
Man, all right. let's just do a quick recap. You know what I'm saying for what we watched here. We got 18-year-old Lanier Johnson Hunt tased multiple times by a school cop on his bus after a mix-up about his route. Video shows him grabbed by the neck, as you see the marks there in the video in the picture above. Like he stated, he was dragged off and stunned despite being small and compliant. Because he's talking to them. You know what I mean? He's telling them, like, this is my bus. And the other students are sitting here telling him this is his bus. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
listen, bro. Bro weighed 115 pounds and still got treated like he King Kong. You know what I'm saying? Let's just start there. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
What they scared of? The bus driver's feelings?
Um, I'm gonna answer that. Then I'm gonna ask you a question. Uh, man, there's a few things to this, and actually one of the first things that I don't know if a lot of people start asking questions about was what type of time was the bus driver on, and who is this lady or this? I believe it's a lady though. What was her malice intent towards? I'ma call the police on you today. You know what I'm saying? Like, what's to that? And then um the question I'm gonna pose to you, bro, is at what point does maintaining order? Because that's why the supposed purpose of law enforcement is created to maintain order to keep the civil protected from uncivil or crazy or criminality people, right? But when does that become? Uh, what point does maintaining order become excessive force or doing too much? In so many words.
Well, this right here is extremely doing too much. I mean, you guys are there to protect and serve. You put there to de-escalate the situation. Instead, you're escalating the situation. You got all of the kids sitting here telling you this is his bus, this is his route. Why not take a moment, take a beat to really think about and process what you're hearing? Instead, you just
Mhm.
solely must have been having a bad day. I don't understand that. How do you go?
Right.
How do you go to snatching a kid off of a bus? This is a teenager, and look at the bruises on his neck. Like that's
Um,
so much out of line, bro. I feel like there was a much better way that they could have conducted this situation. And even if you are following procedures and getting everyone off of the bus, you didn't go through any of the kids' names, just as he stated. You took them off of the bus, then put them back on the bus and told him he just can't get back on the
Yeah, I think that was there's a mishap in
bus.
judgment and correct procedure when it comes to how they were supposed to conduct that stop. Um, Number one, whenever whoever called, whether it was the bus driver or not, you assess
You
the
know, this
danger of the
is the school
situation.
cop, right? This is the school cop.
At that point, I pretty much perceived that it's a school security guard and what they call a detention officer because, uh,
Well, you know,
yeah,
they have
man,
cops that be on campus there too, so who knows? But because they
yeah, they
that's the reason
off duty.
I
They
asked
off
that
duty. So
question.
so they off duty cops. So the difference. So okay, so there's a difference. Uh, the if these are school security officers, because they're gonna call them officers, right? And most of them are hired as off-duty police officers. But in that predicament, you work as a security guard. If you are
Basically,
working as a security guard, and you are not in uniform in the capacity of an actual law enforcement officer, you are overstepping your boundaries of enforcement. Coming from a person who done security all the way to like I was an actual correction officer and beyond, right? So when it comes to that, um, you overstepped your boundaries in regards to once the boy got off of the bus. Uh, you necessarily did not need to tase him.
yeah, that's the
Um,
only question, right? Why do cops go
yeah,
from
I
zero
don't
taser
necessarily.
so fast with a kid on a school bus? Where's the hey, let's talk first energy? Like,
So okay, there are only certain circumstances where it's deemed to use beyond your regular physical force. Uh, that is a sticky situation because there are going to be some officers there are going to be some officers who are going to be say, uh, this 18-year-old boy, whether we deem him a boy or not, this 18-year-old young man, because he would be classified, and if he does a crime, he would be charged as a grown man, uh, has the ability to harm me. This is what an officer would say in the court. And
man,
that's
they
going to be
say
their
it's for
justification for the
safety,
taser.
right? Basically, that's where you're going. They say it's for safety. But does tasing a teen on a bus make anybody safer or just traumatized?
No, you traumatized the mess out of that little boy.
And not just
Yeah,
him.
you
What about his
gonna
peers?
traumatize. Yeah, I think when it and I go there because I have to go there and I'll say this in the statement. When it comes to us, they overlook um us as teens, developing young adults, kids. They overlook us as a people a lot of the time, and they just see threats. And it's
Man, look,
unfortunate that
Lanier was
he has
small
to
as,
go through
or
that.
Lanier, I hope we're pronouncing his name right. Bro was
Mm-hmm.
small as hell. Little bro was small as hell. You think if he was 6'5", 250 pounds, the reaction would be the same?
I mean, would they would have tased him? They definitely would have tased the 6'5", 250 boy.
Yeah.
I ain't
But
gonna
you
hold
tasing this half pint.
you. Yeah, I think the situation was uncalled for. In regards to there's other ways you can go about it. And I think that the administration needs to set a standard for who they call to respond. And I think with the detail of this being a security officer, like the school security people, from them details you could tell like bro had a problem with him beforehand.
Had to, bro.
And I think
I mean,
you can't tell me that. Mhm. Go ahead.
You can't tell you what.
So like you um you can't tell me that he didn't have a problem with him beforehand. When it come to the aggression he showed even after he was detained, and uh the Lanyard young man saying that, bro, he tried to rush me more than once. Uh so yeah, they
Right
definitely had
after
issues
they were
beforehand. And I think
separated,
that,
he tried to come back after
yeah, I
that.
don't think they addressed the fact that they had
Man,
issues beforehand.
how do you even explain this to the parents? Your kid just got tased for sitting on the wrong bus.
That wasn't even the wrong bus though. That's the crazy part.
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying. This don't make no
yeah,
sense.
yeah.
You couldn't even explain that to me. We going straight to court if I don't touch you.
Mhm.
You heard what I said. If I don't touch you,
So should now this is my second question to you. Should police handle school disciplines at all, or
on
officers? Should any
I'm going to say
officers?
this, right? I feel like there should be guidelines and rules to this. So you guys should get involved when it has reached this sort of escalation versus the school staff that should be involved to de-escalate the things that we can address here on our ground anyway that take place in class, hallways, to the school bus and the lunchrooms. Like y'all gotta really
You
be
got
involved.
you got some examples, like just
For
any
for here
examples you
for an
can think
example,
of.
right? I feel like as the bus driver, why are you not getting involved with this? And then for
Getting
the
involved with what?
for the school, why is not the principal or whomever? Because I don't know how kids go about it. Like if they, I know we used to have home rooms, things of that sort that you would address, you would go to first, and that'd be like the first person that you report to for the day, et cetera, et cetera. So all I'm gonna say is, whomever he was supposed to report to
What?
first, if not the principal, that person should have been in communication with the bus driver to figure out exactly what's going on, who the kid is, which bus they belong on, and what's going on. Not, all right, I'm
Well,
immediately
okay,
get
so
security involved, and now security is getting outside of their body trying to just force him off the bus.
there's only so much that we know, but this is what I can retain in the details I got from this situation. It is on a school bus. Did they arrive at the school? That's not necessarily clear. If they have not arrived at the school, then this is during the route, and there's only the bus driver
Arrive,
and the
not
student.
arrive, still. Why?
Well, I'm just saying. So who? Okay, so but hear me out. So if they own route, it's only the bus driver and the students in
I
that
just kind
very
of put two
moment.
and two
However,
together
this
there
is
too,
escalating.
because if you say that it's on, it's a school cop, like, because that's what I got from my research here, that it was a school cop. You feel me? So if it's a school cop, I'm already automatically thinking, you feel me? This had to have been at school because that's typically where the school cops get involved.
Well, yeah, no, I'm
A
I'm,
school
I'm
cop is
getting there.
not
I'm
going to
getting there.
meet a person at their bus stop for an
Listen,
issue.
I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm stating this for the fact of, in these scenarios, who do I call or contact? If a quote unquote disagreement or supposed altercation has happened between a student and the bus driver, because I've seen videos of this go really bad, and the bus driver get attacked, man and woman.
Oh no, for
Um,
sure. For sure.
so I'm just saying, in those in certain scenarios, it's only it's only two people I'm
So, but
calling. I'm not calling the
that's the thing,
principal
right? Okay,
if
listen.
if that's the scenario.
That's where guidelines and procedures come in at. So that's why I said that first, right? So if you got the proper steps and the guidelines to where, okay, cool, this child is escalated to this route, or I'm sorry, to this range, this level, this is what we deal with now. We're talking about a child that is compliant. he is actually doing what's being asked of him, things of that sort. When all the other kids got off the bus, he then thus got off the bus because it made sense to him. What he wasn't doing is what didn't make sense to him. Listen, I'm gonna say this right here, and this is for
Mhm.
our audience. You know what I'm saying? Have you ever been on the wrong bus or had a school cop moment? Leave that in the comments. Drop your story. There you go. You keep going.
Yeah. So I'm gonna ask this question to you, especially as a papa, because you're a papa for real. If this happened to your child, what would you demand first, an explanation or accountability?
Accountability. I need a corrective action.
Why?
I need to know what's gonna happen. I need to know when it's gonna happen because I need to happen right now. And me
Okay.
personally, I want the officer. I would want him fired straight up. Like this ain't just one
No,
cop. It's training and fear and a
mm-hmm.
system that sees threat before it sees a kid. So I get that it's bigger than him, but at the same time, we're
Yeah.
gonna
Once you
start.
assault somebody after they detained you, you violated so many laws and
Yeah,
policies.
bro. We're gonna start with you though. I know
Yeah.
it's I know you're not bigger than the program for real, my guy. But it's cool though, because we're gonna work on the program, but we're gonna start with you.
Yeah. No, man. So do okay. Um, why do you think instances seem to escalate so fast when it involves black men from your perspective, young black men? Because
Again,
somebody's gonna say all boys do that. Well,
again,
all boys had these,
I believe it's the
Go
training.
ahead.
I believe it's the training. I think it's a lack of training and it's the system and then it's fear. That's what's causing
Mm.
this. They are scared of us. And it ain't the fact that you're an angry black man. That's a story that's being told to us throughout the ends of time. We're not angry. They just don't care for your excellence or what we bring to the table for real. I think they more so just want to figure out how to take us out, man. Slowly but surely. That's just my whole intake on it, bro. Slowly but surely. When you look at your Trayvon
Yes.
Martins, I'm
Mhm.
sorry.
No, go ahead. Mhm.
Yeah, I was gonna say, man, when you look at your Trayvon Martins and some of the other situations that we had, and it's just like, hey, when do you see a person, not a color, not anything else, but just another person, somebody that's growing up in life just as well as you did? We breathe the same air.
Um, so I'm a provide a suggested solution before we transition because I know people like me. Y'all talk about the problem and nobody talk about no solutions. What you gonna do to fix it? What should we do? Uh, so here's my suggested solution. Um, check on the officer side. Check your emotions before you go into work. If you are the person who did, if you got a chip on your shoulder, whether it's with the suspect or otherwise, check yourself before you go into work because you have a duty to do, and those children look for you to protect them, and the parents look for you to protect the children. Like you're not there to demonize, harm, or put someone in danger. You are there to deter danger and make sure the kids get back and forth from home to school and get education. That's your actual jobs, which are there for. Number two, um, there should be, I would say, stricter standards to when you are called to get involved. Like 5 codes. Hey, these 5 codes are red alerts. This is what we call you for. And there should be other type of mediators that should come in to see if they can de-escalate the situation, just like Inside Man. Denzel is called. He ain't got no gun. He called to talk you out of harming anybody else. He not here to bang bang, so they don't call him to bang bang. And I think that as an example, as an extreme example, should be taken for y'all, bro. And I think the administrative on the school's side, check your staff. If there's an incident that happens with a kid prior to that, don't have that officer or those people deal with that child, because that is an unsafe environment that you put in the child in. And I think the school should hold some accountability to themselves for how that played out.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's all I got. That's all I got.
I agree. I agree. There's no disagreement for me. Hold them accountable, man. Straight up.
Yeah.
But we're not done there. You know what I'm saying? Um, I'm gonna try to just frame it for y'all, right? So we got stories of cops using searches as excuses for groping or harassment during stops. Power trips disguised as procedures, like in Chicago cases where officers touched women inappropriately under the guidelines of safety checks. So, with that being said, go ahead and roll the clip.
Yeah. No, that's not it. Here we go.
Okay, but check the idea. Hey, hold on. Stop. Time out. Go back there. Ma'am, do you have anything on you?
No.
Okay. You do me a favor. Just hang tight right here, okay?
I just shut the door.
Yeah. You can shut the door.
He's training.
He's training.
Yeah, he's supposed to call a woman to really actually pat it
Actually,
down.
it's with male officers. It's supposed to be the back of the hand. So as soon as he did it wrong, ma'am, listen to me, ma'am. Can you turn around?
I'm sorry.
No.
It's
okay.
just the way he did.
He's a new officer. I'm training him.
Look at his, fingers.
That's why.
I'm sorry. I thought it was
No.
female. I don't have anything on me.
Ma'am.
Only a female officers.
Males can search females, but we're supposed to use the back line.
That's a violation, right?
So that's why as soon as I saw him, I stopped him.
So let me say this. So the situation was it's unfortunate because it traumatizes our women especially. I want to acknowledge that first and foremost. The first thing I want to say. The only other thing I want to say is I actually do want to commend the TO, because I've been a TO before, for immediately interrupting that policy violation from the officer.
Yeah, if y'all didn't see, hey,
I've seen that. Yes, I commend him for that.
That video went pretty fast. So if y'all didn't see it, basically the officer used his palm of his hand,
Front
and
hand.
he felt around her from the waist underneath. So he made her feel very much violated. And
Yeah.
in times and situations like this, is just like, man, I called for help, and I ended up needing a shower. Like, what the hell, officer? I dialed 911, not tender. So, I don't know, bro. Why do some cops think a badge gives them a free pass to touch women they pull over? Where's the line between search and assault?
That goes back to, this video tackles 2 points to where a cop can get too lax and think that his authority just glosses over whatever he's actually supposed to do when it policy, and then when somebody who knows right from wrong is like his TO addresses that error. But what I think what goes unchecked is the mentality of I can do what I want, especially to these particular type of people, these particular type of women, and nothing's going to happen to me. I think that mentality needs to be dismantled, needs to be destroyed. It needs to get sent to jail and blew down.
I'm
And we need to have
still like,
just
where do
officers,
you
men and
think,
women now.
like with the training officer,
Mhm.
I understand he stopped it, but I still feel like he let that go too far. From the moment you seen him place his hand on her and didn't use the back of the hand, why not stop?
I don't have no explanation as to, like, when he saw it.
Hey, I'm just saying. I mean,
I
you look right at him. So for me, it's just like, hey, I listen. Women don't always report these type of things because
right.
who gonna believe cop versus a citizen? How do we change that?
Well, that what's crazy? That was supposed to be the point of the body cams and a few of these policies and implementations. Like that was the whole point. Like, okay, uh, you said this happened. What does the footage say versus what the the woman says, the victim says? That way, they
But
stories can be corroborated. And you know what I'm saying? Um, yeah, bro. Uh, it's a
all I'm gonna
long
say,
road, bro. It's
much as they teach
Mhm.
de-escalation for suspects, what about boundaries with women who ain't even a suspect?
um, I think that
Said, like they teach this, blah 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 blah.
so
But
so
but
look so so um I think that there probably needs to be more female officers addressing these situations that involve female women straight up. Um, yeah, and I think that if was for some apparent reason there needs to be more classes when it comes to if males have to interact with female victims.
yeah, like they said, and a lot of people probably don't know, you can ask for a female officer to come on the scene for you to be search and seizure, things of that sort. You,
Yeah.
you don't
And
have to be
if they for
certified.
some yeah, and if they deny it or if they say it's not applicable, right? Like they can't get this done for you at this moment, and like you got to take it. That's where you can take them to court and civilly sue them for policy violations and stuff like that. Like seriously though,
Yeah.
for my women, I want you to understand that um it is unfortunate that these things happen to you, especially to my black women. But you have power. I always advocate for my people and my women. It's like you have power. You
I
can
mean,
sue them afterwards and so forth and so on.
this is the reason
Go ahead, bro.
why we don't call the police already. This is why women don't call the police already. Like situations like this almost because you never know how it's gonna go.
Yeah. Do you think there should be a system that exists to prevent these abuses before they happen?
Yeah, I believe that they should if you pull over a female and you're going and you now have to take her out the car so you can search these blah 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 the third, depending on the crime or the stop at hand, like because basically you have the thing that led to the stop. That's one thing, and then now what you're getting into after the stop, which is another thing that adds on. But before we even get there, based on why I have you stop, let's get a female officer involved, things on that sort. Especially if I know I have to get you out the car and get you searched.
Yeah.
I think it's just the right thing to do. And if you have to, shoot, start having more female officers ride with male officers out there. So that way then we all feel like we safe and secure. We got a even option. Even though it's a male here, it's a female there too. So now my female can get searched by a female, and I'll get searched by a male. Well, I'm gonna ask this for the audience, right? So for the ladies, have you ever felt unsafe during a routine stop? Leave that below in the comments, please. And for the fellas, how would you protect without escalating a stop like this that you're involved in with your female? Because a male was there with her. So y'all leave the comments below.
You got a short answer for that? Because that's sticky.
Hmm?
Do you have a short answer for that question?
What you mean?
Do you have a short like what would you do? Basically you were like, how do you
Like, do I have
I'm
an
trying to
answer for my
say
own question?
yeah.
I wasn't trying to answer the question because I want to leave it for y'all down there in the comments. I want to see what our
Okay.
viewers got to
Okay.
say. You know what I'm saying? We've been answering our questions all day long. I really want to hear what they got to
That's
say.
cool. I just that was that poised the
And before we wrap this one up, you know, and move on to the next topic, I do want to say this ain't a few bad apples. It's a pattern. You know, so I just want us to have more trust in our communities to where we come together as a whole so we can stop this.
okay. I agree with that. So um man, y'all, look, I think that the point of the reasons we having a lot of these conversations is because there's issues within the system, there's issues in the community, and I think that we need to address how we solve these things. And I think that one of the things that we do here when we have these conversations is to have a conversation. And you'll be surprised who's willing to have a conversation with who
Yeah.
when it come to like, yo, we really about to talk this out with each other. Yeah. And in this case, I was actually appalled the willingness of these two men to have this conversation when it's the criminal versus the victim, the murderer addressing the victim. And in this case, this was a man confronts his son's killer after his baby mom sets him up. And we're gonna play the video for y'all to get context from their conversation. But I thought that in his own is like, wow, that's a different level of respecting getting down to the problem. Let me do this.
Yeah, it's a wild one, man. I couldn't fathom. You know, I have a son, so this touched home for me.
And here we go.
um, under the circumstances, man, she wanted me to do it, man. Like, and I ain't gonna lie, I wanted her. You know what I'm saying? And she knew what she was doing. She wanted the money. So I don't know what that's crazy. Crazy. Honestly, I was blind. Like, I was blinded. You know, I thought that was love. You know what I'm saying? I was just wondering if she talked to you about that afterwards. I mean, yeah, she did. Matter of fact, she did. She was like, yeah, like, he died in my arms. And she was saying she was sad about it. And I'm like, then why'd you have me do it then? Like, you know what I'm saying? But she was just like, it's cool. Like, I could tell by the way you look, man, you want me to burn in hell, sir. And I understand that. I understand that. You know what I'm saying? I really hope you can forgive me. You know what I'm saying? I know it's going to take forever. Or you might not. But I really hope you can. True enough, you killed my son, but I don't think. I know I'm looking at somebody that had a twisted mind at one point. Seemed like a good cat. And I hate the situation had to happen, especially I hate it had to happen to my son. I'm never going. The only thing I could do is visit him in the grave.
So we're gonna do a short recap. What you all just seen here is the story on Sergeant Tyrone Hassel III. murdered in 2019 by his wife's lover. His father, which is Tyrone Jr., is who you guys just heard on the prison call with his son's killer. I mean, after hearing the details and things of that sort, it seems that the dad is choosing grace over hate. Is what it looks like here to me.
Mhm.
But
So, yeah, I really want your perspective, um, as a dad, and what I got from this was, I believe they were both in the service, because there's a picture of her in service uniform in the post, and yeah, man, it is very, very, that's a wild story, man. But no, you was a dad, man. How do you take this type of case? How do you
man,
just how you feel about it, bro?
I'm gonna say this, man. The dad took that call, like tell me everything, right? But stayed
Hmm.
cool as hell. I mean, cool, and I'm trying to find a way to say like I amend him for that, like that's what's up. But if I'm gonna be honest, I couldn't do that. I could not stomach that. I can't just sit here and look the man that done murdered my son in cold blood in the eyes as if I'm gonna embrace you. You seem like a cool cat, and you don't seem like shit to me.
Hmm.
So I mean, how does a father hear his son's killer describe the murder and not snap? I just couldn't do it. Maybe I'm weak for that, but I could not do that. What do you think?
Uh, nah, I don't know how much time had passed in between that conversation. Um, it seemed like, I don't know how he did it either, to be honest. Especially if it was fresh. I'm just being true to the human in me. That my response is, I'm on your head.
And
But
that's why I'm like I can't sit here and talk
yeah,
about
like, I'm not gonna sugarcoat
home
it with you,
or
but
anything like that.
I'm gonna take in where he may have been, right? Because we're gonna take it on the ride. Because I think one of the things that's not talked about is the other culprit, which is the wife. And I think where he may have been, I am only speculating, y'all. I don't really know. Where he may have been was like, I blame both of them, but I'm gonna have conversations with you for whatever form of closure that may be for him. 'Cause I think they both are horrible people. I think that his supposed the murderer, the shooter, supposed explanation is this was for the love of her. I loved her, and she said woo woo, and yeah, man, and it taints marriage, because he was
Yeah.
married. He in the army, he served.
Yeah.
It's like you taint the whole. I vowed, like, I'm pretty sure y'all had a wedding, and you know what I'm saying, and took vows. Like, that's crazy. To get plotted on by the person that you told
And,
God that
and it's all it was all about money. They did
you.
it for the insurance.
Yeah.
So what does that do to your view of love and loyalty?
It's scary, man. It makes it really, really scary to, because we hold these titles in high regard. That's my wife. That's my partner. That's the mother of my child. And when
2-year-old son just left with no dad.
yeah, bro, the fact that I had a kid is that's crazy, bro. Like that's
That's
crazy.
real family betrayal right there. The one that you lay down with and trust the most. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
bro, that's crazy, bro.
And
Um,
Tyrone Sr. turned pain into advocacy. How do regular folks find that when grief hits?
I think I think it's a how do I put this? God woke you up in a different manner. Before a lot of things, like you know how when you and it's crazy, I'm gonna make this analogy, but seriously, you know how until you get a particular type of item, a particular type of car, you don't start seeing all the other cars. Like until you buy an Impala, you start seeing 20,000 Impalas. Before then, you never seen any of these things. And I think that when these acts happen, you, your third eye, your vision of the world starts to see like, nah, bro, this thing is a continuous factor that impacts our community, and you can't be numb to it. It's unfortunate that this thing has to reflect you so personally or impact you so personally, but now that we hear, what are you going to be the one that fights against it so this don't happen to nobody else? I think that's how that plays out.
I can understand that. I mean, being an advocate for change, just as well as yourself, that's something that we did. It's just it's easier to say it versus when
Hmm.
you are in the shit.
Yeah.
When you the one wearing the shoes. And he wearing them shoes, man, to be able to sit there in front of your son's killer, have the conversation, and not lose your cool, and be able to just have that type of conversation, man. Like I said, I'm trying to find the words to say, hey, man, that's big ups to you. But at the
Yeah.
same time, it's just hard for me because, again, your son died for nothing.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, they put a price tag on him and he died. That's not cool. I'm not gonna sit here and act like being an advocate about this is gonna make this, something that all right, we just gonna be cool with in our community. We're not gonna be cool with that at all in our community.
Mhm.
None of our sons or daughters should have price tags on their head.
Yeah, man. This is it's corruption, bro. So I'm with y'all. Like the basis of the reason why we having like these examples, this episode is to address what we ain't been addressing, the problems that we ain't been addressing, the over excessive enforcement with our children, the over excess of enforcement with
Our women
women, the betrayal and under addressing issues that we may have in our community with
or in our
women's
families
rights,
that ruin
yeah,
our.
in our families, yeah, you know what I'm saying, like,
These are the things that take on that we go through in the black community. You ain't lying,
yeah,
bro.
yeah.
So
So
all I want to say for the audience is, have you ever forgiven somebody who didn't deserve it? Drop one word: worth it or not.
hmm, was it worth it to forgive them?
Yeah, was it worth it to forgive them or not? Uh,
Um, it's gonna sound like a broken record, but I do believe in this saying that like forgiveness really is for yourself and not for them. Now, yet, now answer the comment below. Answer how you want to answer, but that's just my perspective on that. Forgiveness is for yourself and not for them because you can
that's the
drown
truth.
in anger.
And anger
You can
and
drown.
vengeance, things of that sort. Yeah, no, that's true. I'm gonna say we laughed at the absurd, got mad at the real, and saw grace in the impossible today. Drop your thoughts,
Okay.
stories, or questions below. Next week we coming out with a myth.
Yeah, for sure, man. If you enjoy the segment, if you enjoy the show, uh,
Tag somebody,
like, share,
man.
subscribe.
Who needs to hear this? Stay aware, stay
Yeah,
safe, and stay growing.
yeah. No, man. We appreciate y'all as always. Tap in with us, keep supporting us, man. Show us all the loves, email us, make some suggestions, and yeah, we gonna holler at y'all next week, bro. For sure,
Yes,
for
sir.
sure.
Midwest point of view, where we see it all, say it real, and keep it moving.